see, a friend of mine has an empty house, but no use for it. And I see you round the inn rather often. Understand me? It wouldn't come free, mind, but the price is a fair one, and you'd have a place to call your own. What say you? Well, you needn't decide this very moment.
Pray in ne'er put gold in my pocket. Ah, now here's a surprise.
Our collection grows. Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Won't someone do aught about this? Quite the predicament.
I quite like it.
I'd more time than I know how to spend.
Gonna stay out. The hour for prayer is still not come.
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
Every minute of this existence is torment.
Repart.
Tis just another day. Same as we wanted.
Always a fresh breeze.
One Wakestone shard is a mere rock, but combined they can work miracles.
We ought to keep it with care, lest we lose it.
hair stand on end.
So tight. I'd kip just about anywhere.
Will someone do aught about this?
Money can buy comfort, sure, but not happiness. Silence cultivates wisdom.
What reason have you to be here?
Let me get that.
All I need is my help, I suppose. Can't help but talk in a whisper when I'm here.
What reason have you to be here?
Always set to my list of duties.
Good day to you.
Always a fresh breeze. To be said, peace and quiet. Always a fresh breeze blowing round here.
When I've aught to say.
Always a fresh breeze blowing round here.
Why, have a little kiss.
All I need is my help.
I've no time to be social.
Where to now?
Come to think of it,
Sir Ludolf's lust knows no bounds. This time he's set his sights on the Watchhead's missus. Still, however pressed, no man is like to hand her his own wife, eh? The Watchhead refused, and rightly so. But his lordship doesn't take no for an answer. He employed his usual method, which is to say, he dispatched the Watchhead on a mission to slay a Dullahan. Poor old Gregor departed last night, and I'm sorry to say it, but he shan't be returning alive. That's the sort of man that noble is, you see. Naught noble about him, if you ask me.
On bed calls, and I shan't resist. Time to be heading home.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Just as it should be. Remember last time I...
The rules at your neck. Faring well, I hope.
Who was I found?
At least my back's not acting up today. Quite the predicament.
talent's talent, whate'er it may be.
Fine wares. Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. Welcome to the Star Drop. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start? How extraordinary.
I get up to today?
I've announced the rumors of every ilk.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to speak?
It's a good time, this place.
The road at your neck.
I'll seek out a town I've yet to visit.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be Arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermund. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that Your Majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Deeza's scheme and securing your enthronement.
That man just now seemed rather on edge. What could he have seen here to inspire such suspicion?
What to do? I get along with everyone.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. A place with books likely to entice Magistrate Waldo, you say? Naught springs to mind, I'm afraid. Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things. Perchance he knows of such a place? There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's schemes run deep. To think, Deeza's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Deeza is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I am able to offer, I bid you, take this.
Phases. Now there's a name to remember.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true. You've done a fine job culling those monsters, Your Majesty. 'Tis common knowledge among the people that 'twas you who delivered them from danger. The number of those who seek out this tavern in the hope of an audience with the Arisen grows by the day. Should you continue to display such valor, the day will soon come when Deeza can no longer deny your presence. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. 'Tis a symbol of my own gratitude.
Is that?
Always the same. Day after day.
I think I can manage.
The rules at your leisure.
No matter how you look at it, I'm done for.
Coin's no good. How was I so dead?
You don't need a permit to get into Batal. Just hide in the back of an ox cart, mind. You've got to avoid the guard's line of sight, but it's easy enough. I should know, I've done it.
I'm a tad busy at the moment. This isn't much to go on.
Welcome. Peril on the roads puts a strain on my business.
Did I have planned for the morrow?
Off to market I go.
There's a way.
This armor's seen better days.
This place is lovely. I might stay long.
I sense eyes upon us.
I'm always willing to lend a helping hand.
Say, have you been to Harve? Well, if you do visit, you might want to give the old man who lives there a wide berth. I hear he sets out to sea on his boat. As if that wasn't queer enough, I cannot fathom his obsession.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
Got any arms for a...
Don't think you're safe. One found its way inside the common quarter just the other night. Much blood was spilled afore the thing.
Come now, I've a...
Twill near get done if I stand around talking.
How might I be of service? Oh, these towns.
How much I pay these debts? Not selling.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I?
Look, as long as you please. Park forgive me for last night's scuffle. Suppose I best earn my keep. The rules at your neck.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad. Have you found any of the items we discussed? Perchance.
Always a pleasure.
Sprinkle of mist make a pleasant spice.
The rules at your neck. Could use a rest.
But not at the expense of my peace.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
Right, door's locked. That should do it.
If I see that rat again, I'll gut it myself.
I don't know what to do.
My signal's getting to be blunt as a hammer.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
Wickedness has no hold. It is my duty to devote my life to prayer, and
Prayer alone. When us this back.
This is more than I can bear. My prayers will surely be rewarded. The pursuit of betterment is the journey. I know so little of this.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
I'll pick that up. We might have need of it.
Unless I am much mistaken, we have cause to visit a place not far from here.
It is worth considering, if we've the time.
Maybe I'll keep right here.
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
What am I to do?
Oh, I'm dead on my feet.
Arms for the poor. Free grub.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
Places such as this ought to be protected.
Mayhap I'll set out on my own adventures someday.
Time to be heading home.
How did I wind up here anyhow?
Sweetmeats and ale.
Anything could be lurking here.
Area coin to show dusting.
Time to be heading.
Making a coin here. I pity those content to crack a few skulls before we chopped off.
I'd swear it.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for... Few can afford perpetual generosity. I hope you will return. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms? Many thanks. Ah, hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance you would be willing to aid me. You see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has gone. Malcolm, his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't imagine he would have run away. This building's very old. It could be that he's found himself in some strange corner of it. Might I impose on you to search for him?
Wickedness has no hope. Horrible conflict to plague the world. The pursuit of betterment is begun. What do you think my proud was? There's no telling what would happen if I didn't know.
Time to be heading.
If 'twas a
Malcolm's been really into exploring of late. Just the other day, he was going around telling anyone who'd listen about how he was an ox hair away from making some big Malcolm. All he's doing of late is picking through rubble. Don't know why he bothered.
My bed.
You'll pass me by.
Let me get that.
May tomorrow be as uneventful as today.
I'm quite sure I wasn't dreaming, but ox carts don't run, so was it a phantom then? I shud.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
What to do? I've no mother or father to speak of, you see. I wanted to get them a present to say thank you, and I thought a bunch of flowers would be just the thing. The problem is, do you think you could help me? All I need is a bunch of pretty flowers. For true, I'm sure you'll find the prettiest flowers.
All I've got left is my itsy veins.
Got more soil on me than an unwashed potato.
This looks as good a place as any.
May tomorrow be as uneventful as today.
What's going on?
None of us is guaranteed tomorrow. It's just life.
This place offers a view of the sea.
I imagine we would not escape a plunge into the water's depths.
Always got to be in the thick of things, mate.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace, discussing a curious rumor.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
Mayhap I'll set out on my own adventure someday. Dirt, sweat, and toil. Each day's more of the same.
Oh dear. What am I to do?
waiting on that report.
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
I ought to have enough for a few people's spices.
I have to give up.
Let the
This
reclaim
is
make
all
it
I
all.
ask of life.
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait right there.
I'd sooner be home.
There's a calm in the air after sundown.
I worked hard today. I think I've earned it.
It's a thankless job, this.
I must pray for guidance.
Place gives me a cold feeling. This place now figures to calmness.
Life's been pretty kind.
This place gives me a cold feeling. This place gives me a cold feeling.
More soil.
The agony!
This place gives me a
'Tis my duty to devote my life to prayer and virtue.
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together. Wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward.
Vaults, you say? By my knowledge. Ah, but you mention rubble, aye? Then perhaps. Come, I fear there's not a moment. Pray, follow me, and quickly. I believe this is the place to which the children were. Look, there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. Let us make haste.
Keep your ears pricked. Our foes might betray themselves with the slightest sound.
Be sure to keep...
How are we to get through this door?
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now I can breathe freely at last.
Sir Kendrick? You'll never believe what I've found. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some sort of secret workshop.
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a look.
We ought to follow close behind, lest we get separated.
Right you are.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing?
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner of archive? Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. Might I ask that you not share the existence of this place with others, Sir Arisen? We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused or mistreated. We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy, someone who can appreciate its true... As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about this place. 'Twill be our little...
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come and go as you please. Let's investigate this place's secrets together, eh?
It near boggles the mind that so impressive an archive slumbered here. 'Tis surely any scholar's dream.
I quite agree.
Be on your guard. There are innumerable corners where an enemy might conceal themselves here.
Keep your eyes... peeled.
This place is amazing. I knew I'd find something down here, but I never...
The books ne'er seem to end. Who could have brought them here, I wonder?
How many of their ilk must we defeat?
I'm doomed.
Devoutness and diligence.
Pick up every little thing you find, and your pack will soon outweigh you. Well, I know it, yet I cannot seem to resist.
Ah, yes. That sounds familiar.
Not for me.
I knew you would prevail, Master.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. Now here's a surprise.
A splendid discovery.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this. Danger might lurk anywhere. Wear every shadow, and mind the ceiling.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
The books ne'er seem to end.
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
Nice. Greetings. You need only make a worthy offering in it. I have seen your path. May these words guide you true. You've my gratitude. 'Tis lovely to see you.
We shall remain here.
When does my watch end? I've been forgotten.
Well, have you found some place I might sate my scholarly... Oh, to think such a place existed. Oh, very curious. Guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I ought be able to find the rest of the way on my own. This should be far enough. My thanks. If you truly are arisen, then I swear to someday repay this. Words may be wind, but there's naught else I can offer you at present. Pray visit me if you've the time or inclination. Mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be of some use to you.
We have aught we need to deliver, do we not? Let us find the intended recipient.
We need only pass our burden into the hands that await it.
Indeed, you are correct.
How are we to fight with such worn-out gear?
Come, I'll lead the way.
Want to live to a ripe old age?
I quite like
Eat your vegetables.
Always
Looks as long as
Now this is a conundrum.
Apart from my joints, I've not been clean.
We're here, and none the worse for wear. Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Wonderful.
Always another errand to see to.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to... There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. The man's dedication to justice shall doubtless be a great boon to our cause. Mayhap it would be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail yourself of his vast stores of wisdom. He might have knowledge that could benefit you on your travels. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? You do not possess it. I see. I had hoped you would return it to me ere long. If you've deposited it somewhere, might I trouble you to retrieve it and bring it? Else, if you've lost it, mayhap it's been put up for sale at the scrap store. 'Tis a curious shop, where all manner of useless trinkets may be found. The townspeople sell all they find there. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. Mayhap it would be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail you. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this. Consider it remuneration for Your Majesty's efforts.
A result to be proud of.
Well done, everyone.
Our efforts have...
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, Your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard. A minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, Your Majesty? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion.
This task is our responsibility. We must strive to see it fulfilled.
Twould seem we've a need to visit the palace.
'Twould seem we've a need to visit the palace. Let us make for the palace, that you might investigate Minister Allard's chambers.
Anywhere's better than the middle of the crowd.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients. If that is your destination...
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me! Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere.
Have you heard the news? The new recruits are to be sent out to Melve. Melve, I say. I'm not sure who gave the orders, but it's beyond my care.
As it should be. It is no concern of ours. I'll hear no more of this tittle-tattle, thank you. Pray focus on the task at hand.
to retire.
Not for it. Cut my teeth in a real battle.
I cannot permit you to enter the masquerade hall in your current raiment. 'Tis ill-suited to the occasion.
I must ask you to leave this place at once.
What business could be so pressing that I must...
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor.
My lord.
Oh, unring your hat, as if anyone in this now. If Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my... What are you doing in here? I don't recognize you. Guards, seize the intruder.
If you let him best ye, you'll never live it down!
What are you doing in here? I don't recognize you. Guards, seize the intruder.
Ye really pushing your luck.
What are you doing in here? I don't recognize you. Guards, seize the...
Waiting on that report. It's been a hard day.
Well, well. Yours isn't a face I'm accustomed to seeing around the palace. How did you get in here?
Oi! Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, it is you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, milady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, milady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. Is that all you have to say for yourself? 'Tis sweet of you to mind your manners, but such niceties won't get you far with me. Still, you are welcome to come calling, should the fancy take you, and should you have the gold for it. Off you go now.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign. We have aught we need to deliver, do we not? Let us find the intended recipient.
We ought to make the delivery now, lest it should end up lost or misplaced.
True enough. Shall we report this development to Captain Brandt? I believe I can guide you to the person in question. We have arrived.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Battahl, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melve, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. This does not bode well at all. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilled between Vermund and his neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melve and this Godsway? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melve? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it will help speed you on your way to Melve.
Phasus. Now there's a name to remember. Shall we seek out the young man from the other day? Follow me. I will guide you to the location.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Mayhap the one we're here to meet intends to arrive at a different time of day.
I'm not sure we're making any progress here. We might want to remind ourselves of the particulars of our task.
This might be worth a read.
Let's have a look then.
Need anything?
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a curious rumor.
Regarding the Queen Regent? And an important personage, you mean?
Why not hop in the car?
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
I keep feeling I could see myself.
Now here's a surprise.
A splendid discovery.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
How'd I end up here? A precious been a hard day. Might as well. Coins through here, then.
Barely scraping by.
Unless I am much mistaken, we have cause to visit a place not far from here.
Perhaps we ought to go there first.
Huh. Huh.
Why must I suffer so?
You're wasting your time talking.
If I grin and bear it, I'll make it through. A nice place for a picnic. I could use a bit of peace and quiet.
You! Gather round, gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master.
Huh.
You! Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. Should my tale entertain you?
Yeah!
You!
This looks like trouble.
Huh. Huh.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it? Beware! The Minotaur has come! We have an opening! Focus your attacks! Let my magic launch when you are meant to be.
do I do you?
Acting up today.
I'll sleep sound.
What's this all about?
Oh, could use a rest.
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain...
Hoi, friend! Having any time for me today? I dare say we're overdue another talk. There's something I've come to understand during my stolen hours exploring these streets, and I wanted to share it with you. Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives. It seems a simple observation, I know, but to me, 'twas a revelation. For it made me painfully aware of my own position. Can this existence of mine even be called living when I am so doted upon by my mother? I want to live a life I can proudly call my own, and to achieve it with all that my heart desires. I tire of enduring my mother's coddling, and of having to mind every twitch in her face in order to appease her. Looking at this box, it fills me with courage. 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant to be wheeled about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will. Here is the last of the gold I owe you. Pray forgive me for making you wait for it. Now, I'd best be off. I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. There's aught I would do. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other. Though I feel sure we shall in time. Perhaps sooner than we might think. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon the lad.
I quite agree.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by...
You!
Sometimes I wonder...
This looks like trouble. You!
I can't go on like this.
Can't make a living if...
Don't think you're safe. Just one found its way inside the Common Core. You could say 'twas an ill... I wonder if building a nice...
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story
Lots to do. As long as you precious time. Not at the expense of my duty.
Welcome. I can't wait to see what the day holds.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by
Liven up.
Where I can tell half as many lies as my parents.
I might nod off. Mustn't neglect my ledger.
I'll treat myself to at your bed.
I'm in fine fettle today. Look, as long as you can survive that, tomorrow today. It's just life.
Idleness is a luxury.
Not to look forward to, but a long day of wet kit just about anywhere.
Mayhap I ought take stock. See what's needed.
I'll gladly stay a while.
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
I could do with a few more hours.
My fur stands on end.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's...
I understand how you must feel. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. I am caring for him as best. However, if you mayhap convalescing in a place...
Home?
Dear, we are pressed enough as to...
All right, he stays. But pray...
I will look after him.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Rejoice, my darling, for your Albert is returned.
Welcome home, dear.
I spend my days spinning yarns, only to come home to a wife for whose radiance I have no words. If there is a more fortunate fool in the city, I have yet to meet him.
Oh, you bold-faced flatterer.
I can't stand the sight of you. Go away.
What would you of me? I'll have no trouble, thank you.
The things I could do with an ox cart full of gold.
I've a book I ought to be getting back to.
Must have taken a wrong turn. I ought to have a map. Might want a dash of salt.
Them nobles do nothing but guzzle sweetmeats and ale.
It soon be more.
My bed goods that I shan't resist.
All that fuss, and nary a coin to show for it.
I pray this harvest is plentiful.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go well. Let me heading home.
A few hours sleep ought to help order my thoughts.
I'm aching for a fight.
Puts me in the mood for a song.
Tis so dull when there's nothing doing.
Nice been pretty kind. Must have taken a wrong turn.
What makes a performance worth watching?
All that fuss, and nary a coin to show for it.
Time to be heading home.
Best be heading home. Life's been pretty kind to me, come to think of it.
Oh, this headache's driving me up the wall, Tis.
Wonder how long this job's supposed to last.
Only fools walk into...
Peril unprepared. I'm
No
off.
hurry to leave.
Must have taken a wrong turn.
Wish I'd been born a nobleman, son.
Perhaps a stroll through town. See what I can find.
Life's been pretty kind. Not my kind of place, this.
I pity those content to live in idleness.
My bed waits, and I shan't resist.
Life's been pretty kind to me.
Wish I'd been born a nobleman, son.
I don't like it here. I want to go home.
I'm to be heading.
Bloody aches. I've only just begun.
Not my kind of place, this.
Ain't nothing but trouble, no.
I pity those content to live in idleness.
Stuck up on the basics. Must have taken a wrong turn.
Any loose coin about, enough to make you rich?
Oh, this won't do. I'm in no fit state to perform.
Amenities.
Let's get to work.
I don't feel something.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go away.
Only fools walk
Time
into
to be
peril
ready.
unprepared. I'm off.
Living's hard, but dreams are free.
Suppose I'd best be heading home.
The hour's grown late. Hilda's going to have my hide.
My bed waits, and I shan't
Only
resist.
fools walk into
pedal unprepared. I'm off.
I prayed as hard as
Ain't nothing but trouble lurking here.
I'm going to go exploring.
Not my kind of place.
Let's see. Where to
What
next? A performance worth watching.
Not my kind of place, this.
Got to crack a few skulls if you want to be topped off.
I end up feeling weird even after a day of rest.
I've a book I ought to
Time
be
to
getting
be
back to.
heading.
I end up feeling
Am I shedding? Must be my winter coat growing in.
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
You!
Still a while to go.
Right, door's locked. That should do it.
Let me think on this.
I'd sooner stay out of the battle. Very possible.
My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
Say, I've noticed you walking around questioning. If I were you, I'd pay a visit to the jail next. If you haven't all... The place is full of unsavory character. I should know. I was among their company till just recently. What did I do to deserve this as my lot?
I ought to act a little more cheery.
My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
You!
Just about anyway.
No one's coming to my rescue. As I well know.
Naught of import ever happens here, anyhow.
Suppose I'd best get to work. It's not enough for my
Such
is harder to bear than the last.
I've trained for this.
Won't someone do aught about this?
I don't believe I've had the pleasure, sir. Have we some business I'm unaware of? You mean to tell me that Albert has been playing the part of a beggar? That man who would sooner starve to death than lift a finger in the pursuit of honest labor? If this is a jest, it is in very poor taste. All the same, I shall test the truth of your accusation, and I will place these clothes somewhere about the house. If he has aught to hide, his reaction when he finds them will doubtless be very telling. You may visit us again in a few days' time. Fear not. I have no intention of causing a fuss. Off wandering about again, I see. Why are you so adverse to doing honest work?
You would ask the proud sire of House Berkeley to move crates? To scribble in ledgers? Preposterous!
Albert, cease sense. That pride of yours has already ruined you once before. Do you mean to let it do so again?
how to
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Got any tales to...
One must take care of my child.
It is dark enough to warrant the use of your lantern, Master.
Phantoms make the terrifying foe.
Holy attacks are our best bet against this foe.
Think how dangerous. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Most impressive, Master. We can ill afford to grow overconfident. Our foe is not yet routed. Battle is to be avoided, I take it, Mr. Arisen. Now, what might that be?
We ought to take a closer look.
Nodding off where I stand.
Tis a remarkable treasure we've found.
A fitting reward for a rigorous search.
spitting its fell fluid at us now.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
You've been doused in oil! You must steer clear of fire! We've got goblins!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. The paths to victory are myriad indeed. That strategy never would have occurred to me.
Now that's a surprise!
Get on! I shall propel you into the air. I'd wager our merry band can handle whatever comes.
Capable comrades are a boon indeed.
Right you are.
Drop all your valuables, and I might just let you live. What's the hurry?
Fall back, and I will heal you with my magics. Wait a moment. Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
Come on, put up a
I'll combine my magic with yours that you might cast the spell more quickly.
Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle.
Let us take care when and how we put them to use. I'd sooner not battle those with whom we have no quarrel. Yet if they mean us harm, we can but defend ourselves. I quite agree.
Efficiency at its best.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack.
Well, that's one way to bridge a gap. Let us cross quickly, lest it move. Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Now that is a surprise.
Use me as your foothold to soar to greater heights. Arisen, are you all right? It seems you have enraged our foe.
I cannot use their rage to our advantage.
Understood.
Tis a foe worse than fortune. More to save our investment.
Understood. First and foremost, not knock down. It will prove a much easier target when lying prone.
This battle will demand all our strength.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there. This route is seen as but there's no sense lamenting it. You just have to take the long way round. I'm not altogether happy with this. There, Master Saurians! Get on. I shall propel you into the air.
As I thought, a vein of ore lies yonder.
Ore is heavy, but well worth its weight.
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner. Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
We should be able to move this boulder with our combined might.
Shall we set it rolling?
There's a cave in the vicinity that you've yet to explore. I can take us there, using knowledge I gained beyond the rift. Leave it to me. I know precisely where we're headed. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
We've been given a destination. Shall we make our way there?
Yon statue makes for a fine landmark.
Climbing it would grant a clearer picture of our environs. Avoid flame at any cost, Arisen. You have been doused in oil.
As a matter of fact, one master I served was quite the carefree soul, shunning armor in all its forms.
Each to their own.
Master! We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Use me as your foothold to soar to greater heights.
Now then, which way?
Let us examine each path carefully before we decide.
Fall back, and I will heal you with my magic. Wait a moment.
I'll pick that up. We might have need of it.
The villagers' stares are as sharp as daggers. What is their intent, I wonder?
'Tis eerie, but we must needs press on.
Oh, you've a sharp eye. Suppose I ought not to have underestimated you, Sir Arisen. You wonder how I know? For starters, 'tisn't just me. The entire village recognizes you for what you are, cuz. Naught mysterious about it. We've our sources, and that's all I'm saying. But don't worry yourself. I'm actually on your side, in a sense. Can't offer you any help, though. Village code and all that. Still, I suppose I could give you a bit of advice. If I were you, I've a hefty wager riding on you, cuz. Don't let me down, eh?
Do to someone else what I just did to you. What could she have meant by that?
You'd best go elsewhere, friend. What's wrong about? There's no business to be had here. That's for.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Oh, how lovely. I'll have to remember this. I'm not interested.
Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Arthur, you say? I've lived in this village many a year, but I can't say I've heard of someone by that. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? You're curious what I know of you? Naturally, I'm not the only one. Our village has its own network of spies and informants, you see. You're the second Arisen to come to Vermont, and you've allied yourself with Captain Brant against the Queen Regent. In response, she's... Oops. I mustn't say another word. Don't misunderstand. I'm no ally of the Queen Regent. I merely strive to maintain neutrality. Those who deal in information must ne'er align themselves with a particular power. Such is our village code. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Aye. Take care.
We have found a material.
We shall remain here.
You made it after all. Guess that means I win. Oi, you lot best pay up.
Dear me.
You didn't disappoint, did you? You've done well. Seems only fair I answer any questions weighing on you. Go on. Ask away. Figures you'd want to know about him. We're supposed to be neutral. Ordinarily, I wouldn't say a word about one of our jobs. But I suppose I can tell you, the situation being what is. His real name is Dara. He was one of us, but he's been exiled. We had no choice, see? After he went off to play the false Arisen, we're men and women of shadow. Center stage isn't our place to stand. That's why he was cast out. He'll ne'er be part of our village again. That all you wanted to ask?
For all this, Dara was in line to become the next Thief Maester. But he failed. Took a massive injury to the chest during the trial. So the title fell to me. That's when he went off, saying he used the scar on his chest to pose as the Arisen. And what a scheme that turned out to be, eh? Now he gets to sit pretty on the best seat in the kingdom. Still, you'd have a hard time proving that he's not who he says he is. He's a wily one, that Dara. Always was careful not to leave behind a shred of evidence. But we can't have him thinking that he gets to go off and enjoy a peaceful life in a lap of luxury after breaking off. Me thinks he needs something to remind him of it. Now, as to the Maester's teaching, not sure you'll be able to use it to its fullest potential, but I'll show it to you. That all you wanted to ask? What can I say? Not many people bother with this place. Luckily for me, you were different. Knew I was right to bet in favor of the Arisen. Anyway, most visitors get fooled into going up to the manor. We send them packing with a trifle, and if they don't question it, good riddance. Anyone that complacent has got no business being a thief. We only train the rare few who make it here. Some might go so far. That all you wanted to ask? Aye. Till next time, then.
So this is where you were, Master. I searched hard.
You're gathering grimoires, eh? My lord told me. I happen to be in possession of the Veiled Tome, Owl and Blizzard. I'd even be willing to part with it. If you'd be willing to trade me Fulminous Shield, the magic Aegis for it, that is. What say you? Oh dear. Still haven't found it?
Perfect spot for a kid. What do you want?
Over here, if you please. Over here, Master. Did you lose sight of me?
Fancy a look at my wares?
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Always a pleasure.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
It's been a hard day.
Old bones grow
Over here, if you would.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
We've arrived, just as planned.
As a reward for your Majesty's efforts, you have been invited to attend the coronation. 'Twould seem congratulations are in order. You will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that your Majesty return once you've procured such attire. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, your Majesty? This appears to be a bill calling for the arrest of a man named Dara. But hold a moment. Does this man's countenance not bear an uncanny resemblance to that of the false sovereign? I see. If your Majesty is certain that the two are one and the same, then I am convinced as well. However, but of course. I surmise your Majesty intends to post the bill and in a clever plan. The Queen Regent will be forced to deny any connection to our new sovereign, yet will be unable to remove the bill from the public eye. Furthermore, 'twill serve as an attestation to Dara's existence, which shall remain an undeniable truth till the man resurfaces. And all the while, the doubts lurking in the hearts of the citizenry will continue to deepen. A clever ploy indeed. I shall attend to this matter personally. I've no doubt that this bill will prove its worth in due course. You have my gratitude, your Majesty. Your aid has been invaluable. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds. But as I hear it, he is now well enough to walk unaided. And so, in honor of his supposed valor, they have been holding masquerade in the palace of late. The false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter of from where he hails remains a mystery. But mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford you a glimpse into the man behind the mask. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? My thanks. Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. I shall have them ease security. So pray, slip into the venue through what. Once your infiltration is successful, you will need only don a mask and act the part of an invitee. Few will think to be where. Here. This should suffice to help you blend in. Take care, Your Majesty. Ah, there is one other thing. Masquerades being as they are, you will require suitable. Much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to dress the part when joining the other revelers.
Where to now?
How will we survive? Such worn out stands on end.
comes for me next. I am sure.
I've just about had my fill of this ruckus.
This looks as good a place as any.
Well, Max. Don't ask long.
What delights might I hope to find in town today?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. All shall change once we have attended coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so before we depart. Very well. Pray inform me when you... Is there aught else you would speak of, your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
Need anything?
It seems you must attend the palace masquerade if you're to meet the one who would falsely claim your title. It would seem we've a need to visit the palace. I dare not enter the palace, but I would fain escort you to the castle entrance.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Here we are. It seems we must part ways for the time being.
You're far from your station, are you not?
I was bored, I'm a skull by the palace. At least here I can listen to some quality music. Makes hours go by.
Mindless labor is for mindless men.
Our first sovereign in decades. At last, we will see the end of the age of proxies. Indeed, the Arisen has always been the mainstay of Vermin. Only they are capable of repelling the dragon and guiding us toward a brighter future.
Why, you're... Now, pay me no...
We who are gathered here are naught but nameless nobles. 'Twould be uncouth to inquire after.
If you've naught to say, I'd best be going.
So, tell me more of it. Let us forget the dragon and dance.
Everyone who dances with me complains of sore feet.
You were posted in front of the passage yesterday.
Our sovereign has recovered enough to...
Next time, don't leave all in front of the door.
Word reached
I had a
my
hell of a
ear
time
that
reaching
the
the damn thing
attendant
open.
have yet to spy him.
Beg your pardon?
Another fancy
No
party
doubt.
hosted by the Arisen. You'd think he's feeling plenty merry by now.
Let's mind that tongue. All this merrymaking is a joy to be...
Not but tedious talk of...
Have you heard? There's to be more restrictions on goods traded with Batar.
Best to remain sober. Much.
Ray, leave me be.
'Twouldn't do to make...
Just between you and me, my survey missions through the caverns and ruins have been more... My task is to seek out items of potential value and research them. It is an enigma. Forged of stretch, so back and forth I go.
Weren't you listening?
Another ale?
Methinks I'll have a rest. My feet ain't forgot.
I find it liberating to...
Such cheap drink. 'Tis not at all to my taste.
I shan't let anything spoil my evening. Little enough gold.
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scout the area.
In here.
Open up!
You're dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front Tilbert a moment ago and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss. And what business have you here? In the nobles' playgrounds? Hmm? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on then, keep pouring. Do you take for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty. Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye, aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check, lest you forget these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know, I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.